Hi you guys, welcome back. So this week I have my July Plan With Me video for you guys. I am starting with the July cover page. I doodled and painted a little moon and sun picture that you'll see a little bit later in the video, and I decided to turn it into a larger version for the cover page. So it says Hello July, and then I'm watercoloring a sky around the background, and then on the inside is a sun and moon together. And I painted that on separate paper so that I could glue it in, because I didn't want the pages to get all wrinkly like they did last time I painted in my journal. And then next to my title page, I am going to put a brain dump, just because I had the extra space and I wanted to fill it in with something, and it's nice to have just a little bit of space to write whatever ideas I'm having. So now I'm decorating the title page with some washi tape, and the gold washi tape is a little old. I think it got hit by air too much, so I actually had to physically glue it down, but it ended up working out, so I'm not too worried about it. I'm just going to doodle along the edges of my brain dump page. I did try to do a bubble lettering for it. I don't really like it, but I'm already committed. So I'm doodling my little sun and moon, and then some clouds and stars on each side as well. Next is the calendar page, and I did watercolor the title for this one as well, just July 2019, sticking with that day and night theme. And for the calendar itself, I went with a a perfect square. Each of the days is 6 by 6 if you're using a dot grid, and then I just have 35 squares total, so a few of those won't be used, 4 of those won't be used, but I kind of liked the idea of having like a perfect rectangle on the page. As you can see, my lines got a little bit wobbly even though I tried to use a straight edge for it. It happens. So it's not the neatest spread, but it still serves its function. And the pen I'm using is one of my Parku gel pens that I recently got. I really like the black because it's such a vibrant ink. I've also condensed my grocery list onto this page because I didn't want to have a whole other page dedicated to it. It just seemed to be wasting space for me. So I'm just going to go ahead and fill in all of the squares like I usually do, with the date and paydays, when bills are due, and any like special things I need to be aware of. These next two pages are my habit tracker and my sleep tracker. So this picture is the first picture that I actually made, which inspired the cover page. And then I had a little bit of space on my sleep tracker, so I decided to do a little night sky with a quote that says, "Love looks not with the eyes." And then my healthy habits are pretty much the same as last month, but I stuck more with the full rectangle instead of the shapes that I had done the last month. So there are 4 squares in each habit that won't be filled in, and then I'm just going to outline all of those with a micron. I found that the gel pens were just smearing too much in the time frame that I wanted to do my book. So I'll probably go back to those another time. And I did the same thing with the sleep tracker, 35 boxes, so 4 of them won't get filled in, or I'll like scratch them out with another pen. And you'll see in a moment that I actually go back to the Healthy Habits title and I fill in habits. I thought it looked too much like a Halloween title with the orange and black, so I just fill it in completely. This next page, or the next 2 pages, is my July budget. So I'm actually making a little banner here with washi tape. I kind of revisited Caffeinated Kate's setup for budgeting, and I just mixed it with the style I've been using. So on this first page, to lay out just all of the monthly expenses, I've used more of an older setup that I've used. I think the last time I used it was back in February, where you kind of divide the expenses by fixed expenses, so things that are the same cost every single month, and variable expenses, and then all of your totals as well, and it's more of a boxed list kind of setup. And then on the next page, I will still break down by paycheck what bills are being paid and how much is being paid on each of those, and I'll fill in the totals all at the end of the month. So you'll see that in just a minute. I'm, of course, still putting in my little sun and moon doodles on each page. And lastly is the first weekly spread for July. I am gluing in a monthly forecast, little astrology forecast on the top of the first page because the week starts on a Monday and my weeks usually start on Sunday. So I have a little bit of extra room. I only needed 6 squares or 6 boxes for the first week. And then you can kind of see it. I haven't glued it down yet, but I have a little banner that I painted to put in between the 4 boxes on the right-hand page, just to keep the theme going with the sun and the moon. And I've come back to my gel pens to outline the boxes for each day, and then I will be using my Faber-Castell brush pens to color in the banners at the top for each of the day's titles. So as you can see, I am just blending the Faber-Castell markers together to create kind of like a rainbow. I know June was Pride Month, but I do really like sticking with the rainbow theme. And I tried to use colors that you would see in the sky throughout the day. So from sunrise to sunset and into the night was kind of my goal with the whole rainbow thing. I really like the way it turned out. I'm pretty darn happy with it, so I hope you guys like it too. And then once all of that is done, I wrote over the top for the titles with my Pit Artist gel, I think it's Pit Artist gel pens, or not gel pens, paint pens. And I used like a really light gray or like a medium gray to do that. Or the graphics. They're graphics. Oops, sorry. Graphic paint pens. Just to write the dates and the day of the week. And that is all I have for you today. And here's the final flip through of July's spread. I know that the calendar looks a little bit of a mess, but that's okay. It happens sometimes. And I really hope that you guys enjoyed this, and I look forward to seeing you next week for a budget video. Thank you so much, and have a great day, you guys. Bye.